So solving trigonometric equations, this is when we have many solutions and we're using an example with a graph. So the question says solve cosine theta plus 1 equals 0. So if we rearrange this equation, we will have, so cosine theta plus 1 is 0, so cosine theta is minus 1. So on my graph here, I have my line here at minus 1. So you can see that all the solutions are here at these points. So if we read off, we got a solution at minus 3 pi, at minus pi, at pi, and at 3 pi. Now this would continue, okay, this way. So every 2 pi, and this way, so if we minus 2 pi. So the solutions would be infinite. Okay, so we have a real world example. So we have a Ferris wheel. So this is called a Ferris wheel. So the question says that a Ferris wheel at an amusement park has a diameter of 40 meters. And it turns at a rate of 1.5 revolutions per minute. So it says the height above ground, so the height above the ground is shown by the equation. So we have the height is 21 minus 20 cosine 3 pi multiplied by time. So it says after how long, sorry, that doesn't sound very good. So after the ride begins, how long will it be before your seat is 31 meters above the ground for the first time? So the question, this is the question we have. So we have here 31 meters. This is what we need to work out. And this here is the equation that we have. So we're going to substitute the values into our equation. So h equals 21 minus 20 cos 3 pi t. So we're going to substitute in 31. So 31 is equal to 21 minus 20 cos 3 pi t. Now we can minus 21 from both sides, so we'll have 31 minus 21, and that is going to be equal to minus 20. So we now have 10 is equal to minus 20 cos 3 pi t. And we can divide both sides by minus 20. So if we divide both sides by minus 20, we will have minus a half is equal to cos 3 pi t. And if we solve this equation, So we're going to divide by cosine. So divide by cosine. So this will cancel. So when you divide by cosine, that is 1 over cosine, which is cosine to the minus 1. So cosine to the minus 1 of a half is equal to 3 pi t. So to get t on its own, we can divide both sides by 3 pi. So I'm going to rewrite. So cosine to the minus 1 of a half. This is going to be 2 pi. So you've got 2 pi divided by, so that's 2 over 3 pi actually, divided by 3 pi. So when we divide, we can rearrange to make it a multiply. So this is the same as multiplying by 1 over 3 pi. And if I multiply that out, so the pi's cancel, so 2 times 1 is 2, and 3 times 3 is 9. So t is 2/9. Now it's the first time the revolution. So this is going to be 2/9 of a minute. That's right, of a minute. Now, because cosine is minus, we could have a second value. So as well as the 2 pi, we could have a value of 4 pi over 3. And we can divide this by 3 pi. So we would have 4 pi over 3 times 1 over 3 pi. The pi's cancel, and this would be 4 over 9. So t would be 4 over 9. And it's the first, so that's of a minute. Okay, so it says, when is it the first time? So we're looking for before a revolution has actually made one turn. So our answer, the time, will be 2/9 of a minute. 31 meters above the ground. So the guided practice. So this is how long after. So how long after the Ferris wheel starts will your seat be 41 meters above the ground? So what we need to do, the formula is 21 minus 20 cosine 3 pi times time, and we're going to substitute in our value of 41 meters. So 41 is 21 minus 20. And then if we minus 21 from both sides, so we'll have 41 minus 21 is minus 20 cosine 3 pi time. So 41 minus 21, this is going to give us 20. And just rewrite that. So now we can divide by minus 20. So divided by minus 20. This simplifies, so this becomes minus 1. So minus 1 is equal to cosine 3 pi Now we're going to divide both sides by cosine. Because it's 1 over cosine, it's actually cosine to the minus 1. And this is equal to 3 pi theta. So cosine to the minus 1, this would be equal to pi. So cosine to the minus 1 is pi. And this is pi is equal to 3 pi over t, and we need to divide. So we're going to divide by 3 pi. So time is equal to, now this is a third, so this will cancel. So the time is a third. So it's a third of a minute. And a third of a minute can be rewritten as a third times, oops. So it's a third of 60, which would be 20 seconds. So 41 meters when the time is 20 seconds.